Die My Love is the latest film by Lynne Ramsay, and being a very big fan of both Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence, I was extremely invested in seeing what this project would deliver. And as expected, the subject matter was extremely confronting, eye-opening and raw, in the most jarring way, and the performances were definitely up to the level. However, this film left me wanting more and wanting less at the same time. So how could that be? Let me elaborate. Starting with the wanting more. In this film, how I interpreted this was a severe descent into some form of psychosis and depression, and the perils and the effect of what J-Law's character was experiencing. So, whilst the message was clear through J-Law's performance, I couldn't help but not connect, as I had no baseline for who she was pre her descent. And that in lies the feeling as to why I was wanting more. Because this film picks up right at the moment where things rapidly go south for J-Law's character into the psychosis and diving into the deep depths of who she becomes. So we as the viewer aren't presented the opportunity to empathise with that decline and who she was before, and I feel like that was a miss. And the interesting thing to me is that this film actually did have time to explore that. It's 2 hours long in runtime. And that leads me to my other piece of criticism. For what we did receive in terms of a total film, this could have been delivered with the same message and the same impact in less time. And so what I mean by that is, this film felt like it had too many periods of empty space, where it either didn't add to the narrative, or it didn't help provide us context for the character. And so within that, the film feels very long, despite longing for more context on J-Law's character prior to her episodes. And so in essence, I think a more refined edit of what we got would have opened the door to add the context of who she was and allowed us further emotional connection to what she was experiencing, which is what I felt myself longing for throughout the film and after I left the film. So with all of that in mind, here are my scores on screen now. I'm giving Die My Love a 58 out of 100. Overall, it did have its moments, and it's a story that I'm glad they took the risk on making, and it's a thing that I hope they continue to take risks on making going forward, as I think these stories are necessary and they deliver great context to things that we can't necessarily all experience. Interestingly, I really did enjoy J-Law and Rob's performances, and I think it's one of those cases of only being able to lift a script so far. I think it's Bryan Cranston who famously said, an actor or actors can only take a B script to an A, and I think that that's really true in this case. The other part that I really loved was the incessant paranoia that you felt from all of the heightened sounds. I thought that was a great choice. From the loud flies to the really loud music to the annoying and consistent dog barking, those things really help develop feelings and help those emotions come through the screen into the viewing audience. So yeah, do I think that this film had its moments? Absolutely. Do I think that it could have been improved? Absolutely. Until next time, crew. Peace.